everybody, and welcome to Dynamic GT League's Formula Murray Championship for Race 4 from Spa. And joining us on commentary today is Ray. I hope you're well, Ray.
I'm doing very well. How's yourself?
I'm fantastic, thank you. As we take a quick look at the standings here, Demon R's managed to break a little bit of a gap to Steve F1. SRI moved up to third place last week, a couple of points ahead of SGP. And then an ever so close battle, Ray, from Jason down. And a couple more drivers on the grid this week.
Yeah. Was it?
Yes. Last race.
Last week's standing.
Yeah, what I mean is, last week there was only 10 drivers, but this race coming up is going to be more than 10 drivers, so it could make things a little more spicy.
Ooh.
Okay. That didn't go how I planned it to, so there we go. Right, let's see how this goes.
If Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon, who was filming his landing? Does that mean the cameraman was the first man on the moon?
No, the camera was actually attached to the lunar module, the lunar lander. It was a camera.
What?
Yeah, it was a camera that was attached to the lunar module that was able to record him coming down the stairs.
Double check that.
Yeah, your thought of the day is crap. Although, to be fair, it's only because I knew the answer. It's a bit like there's a photo of two men on the moon, and they're looking at each other, but neither of them is holding a camera. How is that possible?
Look at what do you call them? What do you call them?
Astronauts?
Fly things.
Drone?
Drone?
No. This was in like the 70s. No, it weren't a drone. The camera was built into the chest of the suit. They weren't holding a camera because it was built in. Anyway, take us through the grid, Ray.
Don't know who that is.
Steve F1.
Steve F1 on pole, and Demon R with the number 1. Alright. On second place, third place is Art Pal. Good position. Fourth place looks like SGP. And then fifth place is, that's Jason. 6, SRI. 7, Nelly.
Yep.
8th is Jimmy. 9th is Twilight. 10th, it looks like Gary to me.
Yep.
And then, who's this? 7th.
Is that a new driver?
That looks like, that's Conrad. And then, who's this one? Oh, that's a guy that lost his keys, that's Rich.
Yeah, Rich Blues. So, 12 cars on the grid today. So, let's see how they get on. As we're at 4 lights, 5 lights, and away they go! And who's got a good Steve? I've got a great start. He's taking the lead already.
So is Jason. Jason's got a good start. He's up the inside of that.
Bollard's flying on the outside. SRI is wide. Rich Blues is wide. And yeah, so Demon R taking the lead. Nelly's had a great start as well. He started 7th. He's up to 3rd.
They get 4 places in one turn. Who's dropped down then? SGP.
Yeah, SGP has plummeted. Steve F1.
Going for the move into coming up the Camel Straight.
Yeah, easy move in the end there, really. But we'd expect that around Spa, wouldn't we? It's the best overtaking opportunity. Jason has now got up to 3rd place as Nelly's dropped down to 4th place. I'm thinking something must have happened, in turn 1 that we didn't really get to see.
There was a lot going on with all the brake marker boards going up. Well, it's on.
He's done well to keep it facing the right way. Go on.
Everybody just able to get round them.
Yeah.
Now let's see how the dirty air is here.
Whoa! Whoa! Holy cow! That was a huge crash. That scared me, actually. I think if that had been real life, this race would have been getting red flagged and a helicopter landing down on the track.
Yeah, especially in these cars. I don't think the safety markers that great on them, to be
No.
honest.
SRI on the pack cam is side by side with Twilight, I think it is. Yes, it is. There's Nelly in fourth place. Jason having a look up the inside of Steve F1 Demon Heart, sorry, into the final chicane. Couldn't quite get it done. Art
Side
Power.
by side. Art Power and somebody side by side.
Nelly.
Nelly.
Whoa, and we've got
Oh,
Jimmy
that's funny.
spinning. Oh dear, oh dear.
And Jason right on the back of Demon R now. Who's going to get the better slipstream, Demon R or Jason?
Well, Jason will get a double toe, but we saw Steve F1 just fly past Demon R on the straight last time around, so I'd kind of expect Demon R to do exactly the same here. He's gaining. Is he?
Oh, it's something not. Oh, he has, but it took a while. But he can't get it in the braking zone either.
Could he?
Could
Could he have been too close to one? Oh, Jason's gone. Oh dear. He got on. I think he got his wheels on the AstroTurf thing. He ended up going a little bit. You know, when there's the right-left chicane, then you can easily end up going left before the right. He ended up going left. I'm wondering whether Demon R may have been too close to get a benefit of a big slipstream.
Could see it. Not really seen much dirty air effect between Demon R and Steve F1 here at the minute. Maybe a little bit back to try and avoid that.
So I've just seen, I think it was Conrad got a little bit wide and put one again as the SGP and SRI here battling it out. So SGP's managed to get himself back into 5th place and SRI having a look on the inside. Demon R on the pack cam. This is getting very busy now through Stavolo 2. Nelly's got a bit of a gap back to SRI. Let's see what position will be the position of Boost Ray? Will it be? I'm guessing it's 7th.
I think it's 6.
Thinking,
no, it doesn't have boost, so it'll be 7 yet. So.
Well, I was thinking that because I think there's a gap between Jason and SRI that wasn't really coming down. Okay, Demon R, let's see, he's got a close. Is he close? He's close. Is he going to get a good run? I mean, you mentioned about the dirty air. Let's see, is he lifting off up through Eau Rouge? No, absolutely flat out. Viewers can't see this, but looking at the speed, 200 mile an hour, 202, 203, 204, 205, and he's not gaining.
I think somebody's not Max Aeros.
Yeah, and I think that somebody is Steve F1. That would explain why Steve F1 was able to breeze past Demon R on that first run up the straight, as it looks like we've got nearly teammates battling together.
The corner on the gravel there. We went to Jason get back past SGP as SGP had overtaken him. And then we've got Twilight on behind them, but not really seeing Demon R go wide here. This is where I would expect him with dirty air to go wide, but could it be because his tyres haven't lost much yet? Oh, Jesus Christ, Conrad, not again!
You know what, I think he's struggling with the dirty air through there, which I don't think Connor's had any practice, which would be a factor. So with Demon R not going wide, there could be a couple of reasons. One, maybe he's got way more downforce than Steve F1, but I don't think that's really the case. Maybe a difference in rear wing. So I would guess not seeing Demon R running wide would be driving in anticipation of the condition.
Look at that. Somebody's catching up. He's getting ever so closer. Arpa, what a great position. He started. Where did he start? Was it 4th place?
Yeah.
So he went back a couple of places and now he's getting himself back up
He
there.
was real close this time, having a look. No, he's not. Touched back in. Doesn't go flat out this time. Gets a bit wobbly, loses a bit of ground. Sorry to put over you there, Ray.
Yeah, that was needed to have something on.
Well, I mean, so that didn't work. So being that close definitely hasn't helped, but it has helped Arpal close that gap a little bit more. And these front three are breaking away from Nelly here, and SRI, who's ahead of the pack. There's Twilight. Yeah, so if 6th place had boost, he'd be on the back of SRI. So Twilight's causing a bit of a train at the moment. Don't forget, folks. That is
It's weird how the cars look near enough the same, but Jason's, you can see by the
You know what it is?
IKEA.
That one's an original. The other one's from Temu. Okay, so yeah, SGP down in 9th place now. But let's not forget, folks, if you're within 1 second of for example, Twilight here, you are not going to be getting a boost. But if someone was to, let's say, for example, Ray, Jason here was to just try and back off a little bit to get more than a second away at the right point, he could get a great run down the camera straight with that bit of boost.
Yes, Demon R and Leave F1 still there. I want to see when dirty air starts taking effect. I'm wondering if it might be once the tyres are a wee bit more worn, because the car's going to slide more. So the dirty air might have that extra effect on it as we see as it goes through.
Oh, what? Sorry, I've just seen a big crash on the pack cam. Okay, go on, carry on.
Demon R flat out there. He's in a position to go, but he's getting there. He's been able to break plate. He's got it done, hasn't he?
Yeah, I would definitely say that is a difference in rear wing downforce. Now, what will be interesting here is whether Demon R can pull away in the middle sector. You said it last week. If you haven't got max aeros, you're going to lose time in the middle sector. The big crash at turn 1, I'm not sure exactly who was involved in that. It might have been Jimmy and Connor. With the dirty air, I mean, it's an interesting one because the dirty air is in effect straight away. But obviously, when the tyres are worn, it is going to have more of an effect. So I do think it is. So, for example, Twilight here, not really seeing any signs of dirty air, but he was down a gear compared to someone who may be on their own on the trail. Oh, SGP! Wow!
The curb's just sent him there. He got on that curb, maybe cut to Bollard or went that fast. I don't know. Oh, we're getting a replay. Oh, here we go, the start. Let's see what we can see.
Well, so Jason, yeah, he got a great start on Art Pal. So Gary, I think, got a bit deep and tagged the back of SGP, wasn't it? Yeah, so here on board with formerly Gary, so he's got a gap in front of him. Ooh!
Yeah. And SGP.
Ah, yes. Well,
there was also something else going on because I seen Rich hit the back Jimmy and he hit the back SRI.
Yeah, yes, you're absolutely right. That's where I think Rich caught the bollard, wasn't it? So that's what caused SGP to lose places at the start. And on the pack cam, we've got Jimmy. I think he's right behind formerly Gary. Demon R has broken away from Steve F1. And Arpal's closing in.
Steve F1 trying to look after tyres, do you reckon?
It's a good question. Okay, Twilight here on the back of Jason. Who's that behind? That's formerly Gary. Where's SGP? Oh, SGP, sorry, he had the spin, didn't he? Just the replay cable. So, sorry, that genuine mistake that I wasn't taking of it. Yeah, I mean, Steve F1 might be trying to save the tyres. I mean, looking at the tyre wear, we should be on for a one-stop here. And I was going to say, you mentioned it in the last few races. The second stint, or the latter part of the race, is Gary. SRI all over the back of Nelly here before. Yeah, the second half of the race, the cars are a lot gentler on the tyres than Jimmy. And Conrad. I think Conrad's just done exactly the same thing.
Is there oil on the track or something?
There might be. Either that or it's SGP's tears. I genuinely just came up with that. I'm so sorry. Oh, by the way, Ray. Oh, Nelly's gone deep. This will give SRI a great opportunity there is a battle going on in the background, which is on the pack cam. That's Jason Twilight, Formula Gary. I wouldn't be surprised if SRI is going to try and make a move into the first corner. Surely he knows better than to try that, because you want to run down the hill, up the hill, down the straight, into the corner.
Yeah, we'll able to see what the lines between these two are, if Nelly's got less or whatnot, because I guess SRI's in the right kind of spot for the slipstream. Yeah, he's starting to gain a little bit here, but is he going to get enough?
Yeah, so he's gaining a lot more on Nelly than... Oh, Nelly!
In the back of him.
I don't know if that was SRI too late on the brakes or Nelly more on the brakes than SRI was expecting. But SRI was able to close the gap in on Nelly, which would suggest that Nelly has a higher rear wing than SRI.
But then that's a slipstream as well. So...
Sorry, there's a car just crashed between Beau Rivage and No Name, and that's Jason. Sorry, I only just caught it on the pack cam. SGP's got a goal!
He's right in the back of Gary.
I was going to say, he got a great...
You slipped for that one.
Well...
That nose went right in there.
It did. I'm wondering if Gary was a lot slower than SGP was expecting there. But Gary in a dirty air position, so maybe being more cautious than SGP was prepared for. SRI on the pack cam, still battling with Nelly into the final chicane. There's almost side by side, as there we see them now. Nelly pits.
Go for a switchback. As in the pits, as he does that.
I tell you what though, Nelly had a lot of tyres of it.
You're two stopping or one stopping?
Well,
what's the predictions on the tyres? Do you know?
Well, I think they could do about 65% of the race, so maybe if 11's halfway, maybe 14 laps. And there's 14, 15 laps to go, so maybe he's going to go to the end. We've got Gary with a great run here on SGP. He's got okay, yeah, Gary's got a lower wing than SGP. SGP turned in. Did he turn in on him, or was Gary late in there?
I don't know. I don't know if they touched. I don't see any banging about. So unless it was very minute of touches.
Clearly they got Luke because he just slipped on him.
He slipped right past them.
Okay. Oh, Twilight's had an issue
it's
because.
Like is it the Van Wilder where he goes, he put baby oil or something on him and goes to jump on the lassie and falls straight off the other side into the bedside drawers where there's a candle and sets himself on fire.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Van Wilder?
Nope.
You haven't. You haven't, man. That's one you need to watch.
Alright, okay. SGP tried making a move on Twilight through Puon. Wasn't able to get it done. We've got a run here now on the back of Twilight. Let's see. I think he's
too close.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I think he's too close. Unless he's going to try and make a move on the brakes. It's Conrad making a move on Formula Gary. Twilight's gone deep. And SGP's going for the pits.
Gary's got a penalty.
Yeah. See now, I think SGP could get to the end from here. And if SGP can, Nelly possibly can.
It's Nelly wanting the undercut on SRI. We need to see where SRI, after he's put how far back from Nelly he is, because it might be a big undercut here on tiles and whatnot.
And he may even be able to gain on, Formula Gary's gained on Conrad there. Gary's got a penalty. You know what, looking at how fast Gary's car was down the straight, that would suggest to me that he's running quite a low rear wing, which is very risky around here. Who's that having a look up? That's Nelly. Yeah, up the inside of Conrad. See, can he get a move done on Formula Gary as well? Oh, no!
Oh, he's hit.
Oh!
And then Conrad's running the back of him, he can't waiting the corner, and I don't know if he was actually waiting or just because he had hit Gary that it slowed him down. But,
Difficult to tell, yeah, if it was a wait, yeah, perhaps not the best place to do it. Okay, so that's allowed Jimmy to get into this fight now. I'm not sure if Jimmy has pitted. I don't think he has. No, he hasn't. We're on board with him now, and we can see he's tired. Oh, wow.
good to save that. This is,
Well, if Nelly was looking for the undercut, he has just lost a chunk of time, hasn't he?
yeah, he's lost quite a bit of time there. It's a couple of seconds. What? Who's that? Is that Gary? No.
Yeah, it was. It was Gary. Got very sideways from the curb. Jason closing in on these guys now as Jimmy into the pits, Gary into the pits. That frees up Nelly. He's in a boost position, but he's right behind Connor, so he's not going to be getting a lot of that boost for long while this is going on. Oh, no!
Oh, he's not getting any undercut on SRI now.
No.
I'd be surprised if he does.
Jason might though, because Jason's got a fresh set of boots on. And I think he may be able to make a move on Conrad here if he's got a good enough run. The front three is still a little bit spread out. Art Powell's dropped off a bit from Steve F1. And let's see, SRI. He's got a bit of a gap to Twilight here. Although it's not Twilight here, is it? It's Conrad.
Oh, Conrad again. Is he just lighting it up? Getting into that being corrected, that power band range.
That very range thing, yeah. I think that's what Jason did a little bit earlier on, you know. Okay, so we see Art Powell here. Still plenty of life in his tyres. If we look at it, so he's got about 50% wear, and we're almost 50% through this race. I don't think the tyres, they can't do a full distance, that's for certain. And Art Powell heading to the pit. Maybe looking at trying to get a little bit of an undercut on the two ahead.
Could be. Also, we've seen this a few times on, maybe since he's been with us. He's got that Yorkshire Air Ambulance written somewhere on his cars. I wonder if he's got a connection with them or something.
Yeah, he crashes so much he needs them. Okay, so Art Powell is, I think, just leaving the pits now, and where he comes out will. Oh, Nelly!
Don't stop there.
Yeah, don't stop there. Tag the back of Jason. Okay, so yeah, Nelly, he's doing the right thing by waiting. Just don't give the calls unless you're in front of someone that's in a championship fight that's against him.
I don't think Jason's seen him there. Or maybe got a wee wiggle.
Here's an interesting question for you.
Straight back on.
Well, I was going to say, if you've tagged the back of someone like that in turn one here, should you be making a move down into the chicane there?
That's a tough one, to be honest. I think it depends on the situation.
I think me personally, I probably wouldn't. Hey, tell you what, who's this? Is that Jason with a run on SGP? It was. As we see Steve F1, Jason on SGP on the pack cam through Puon. So the gap between Steve F1 and Demon R has kind of stayed about the same. Steve F1's been lapping in the 52s, low 52s. Tyre wear, got a bit more gone than Art Power, and in the pits he goes.
Let's see where it brings him out with Art Power.
Yeah, on the pack cam, Nelly all over the back of Jason. Now Art Powell came out in 4th place, meaning that he came out with no boost.
Why are we not at the action camera guy? Come on, we want to see where everybody's going out.
Well, I want to see what Nelly's doing.
That was a quick stop.
I didn't see any tyres being changed there.
He's still ahead of Art Powell.
He is ahead of Art Powell, but look at his tyres. We can't look at them now. Oh dear.
Oh, Nelly. It's a rise in the pits. So Nelly's still got a jump on SRI. even though he's had a couple of crashes.
Well, you know why though, don't you? So yeah, he's had a couple of crashes, but it's been 4 laps. So that is why Nelly, with a couple of crashes, has still been able to stay ahead. SRI's come out of the pits now ahead of Jimmy. Ooh, Nelly's all twitching. The only thing I'm concerned about for Nelly here is for him to be able to do 15 laps on these tyres, he would have had to have, I think, looked after him a bit, and he's had a couple of big spins. I don't know if they'll survive.
He pitted what, end of lap 8?
Yeah.
Roughly.
Or
So-
it was end of 7, start of 8, something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so he's done what, four laps already. His tyre, I don't know. Looking at that.
I'm
It's hard
just...
to tell.
Okay, Demon R here then. Into the pits he goes. Now he's got a bit more wear than... there's Steve F1. Yeah, look at his tyres.
Yeah, he never changed them.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see Steve F1 getting out of that car and smacking his pit through over the head, saying, "Why didn't you give me new tyres?" Oh dear, that's a brilliant situation for Artpal though. Artpal pitted, what, 2 or 3 laps ago. His tyres are in great condition.
Where is he going to come out now? Is he going to be in the pack, Steve F1? Well,
Good.
Artpal's managed to stay out the pack, hasn't he? As we see the pack coming down, the start finish straight. Let's see where Steve F1 is going to actually pull out.
Your pull-out game, isn't it? Okay, so let's see what we've got. Jason, Nelly, Steve, SRI, then Steve F1. So Steve F1 is in 6th place, just ahead of SGP. Okay, who's this? Nelly got a great run on Jason. Jason is defensive.
Nelly going to go around outside. Sanchez can get it slowed down. Yeah, he's got it slowed down, no problem there. So, but then that'll let Jason attack him into Blanchimont. Look how tight Jason kept the car going into that corner.
Absolutely. Okay, Pat Cam riding on board with Artpal at the moment. You know what? You can see Demon R in the distance. And here's a question for you. If the tyres can last quite a while, why did the leading 3 not pit until lap 10, 11 and 12? Why didn't they pit earlier if the tyres would last that much better in that second half of the race?
Maybe they just want the monster amount of tyre left at the end of the race so they don't have a chance of spinning because of tyre wear on the rear, as we see SRI on the back of Jason.
SRI on the side of Jason. Oh, there was a little touch there. Don't know if Jason would have known there was a little touch there, but yeah, there was.
There's Steve F1. He's got SGP behind him. And don't know if that was on or not, but
there's a little touch, enough to slow SGP down a little bit.
SRI looking for a switchback on Jason, but Steve F1 and everybody's going to get on the back of this soon.
Yeah, well, something that I've only just really spotted is we've got Jason and SRI, and then everybody else is pretty much right behind them. So this could get very feisty, and for Steve F1, this is going to be a very frustrating situation.
SRI outside with Jason there.
Yeah.
Can't see SRI's in front. Oh, Jason's wide. Jesus.
Connor was wide as well. So yeah, look at this. A whole gaggle of cars. And Steve F1 trying to look up the inside of SGP. No, Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, bloody Timu. Okay, Jimmy having a look
Jason's
on.
a bit more yellow, gold on his car than SGP has.
Oh yeah, on the front wing, I'll give you that. Okay, Steve F1's going to try and go round the outside at Campus. Can he get it done? And he'll have the inside, but Jason will have the grip, unless he runs wide. No, there you go. And now Connor battling with Gary, who's gone wide.
Connor get through? Yes, he did.
Jimmy's got a run here on SGP, so we saw a little bit of contact between the two of them last time around. Connor all over the back of Jimmy as well. Steve F1 all over the back of Jason. Jason goes defensive. Oh, Connor tags the back of Jimmy into the back of SGP, I think. SGP opting for another pit stop. Oh, no!
Jimmy's round. Don't know what happened there, if it was on his own or what.
Might have been. He got tagged by Connor on the way into the braking zone. Maybe his tyres got a little bit hot. Yeah, SGP back in the pits, and I don't think it's in need for tyres. So Demon R there. Let's see. And Arpal's really close that. Arpal's flying at the minute.
150. He did a 150.5.
Yeah. Could this be a tyre warm-up situation where Arpal's tyres are nice and toasty warm and he's not? Oh no!
Oh, come on up, pal, keep going.
Okay,
Get out your first, come on.
We saw
before everybody comes, they're coming.
We saw Jason do that, we saw Conrad do that, now Arpal's done that, and here comes Nelly on the back of him. That's the last thing Arpal needs to see. Not just Nelly, it's anyone really. Can Nelly get through? No, he can't. But it's alright,
mate. Oh, let's see. Oh, Nelly, that's alright. Touching.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, and here comes Steve F1.
Oh, this is getting exciting now. That's alright. Did they get past that part? No?
Yes, he did, yes. Okay, there's so much kicking off here. We didn't really have the best of views headed into the campus chicane there. Okay, Steve F1 on the back of Nelly, on the side of Nelly. Through Blanchimont, you can go through it side by side. They don't need to. Nelly's got a bit wide. Oh, he's now up the inside. Go on.
Oh no, he's pretty failing. He's keeping up position up.
Yep.
Oh! Yeah! Pat Cam.
Yeah. Oh, he's in the wall as well. Did he get hit?
I don't know if he got hit, but he nearly took it. I think was it SGP or somebody else. He nearly took them out. Ooh. Don't go that way.
Yeah, you have to be very careful getting reset there. Okay, so Demon R now has a big gap behind him, and looking at his last couple of lap times into the mid 51s. So I do think that Arpal was closing in on him because of trying to get the tyres warmed up a bit. So Arpal then is back ahead of SRI. When did that happen?
I don't know. I missed it.
Yeah, I bet it was when there was the collision at the final chicane. Now, for Arpal though, it's going to be crucial to, like, can he keep calm and get through these two corners without overcompensating? Because I'm sure you're aware, it's very easy for a driver to go, I've spun in that corner, I'm now going to take it easy through there and go too easy.
Yeah, he gets 7 laps of watch of that bum twitching at that corner.
And saying that, we're going to be going to some tracks in the near future where the driver's going to be having that all the way round. When we get to the likes of Canada, the chicanes there, once you have one moment through one of them, it's going to be on your mind every lap. And same with Abu Dhabi. But yeah, okay, so for Arpal though, what's he need to do now to stay ahead of SR?
Just keep his head down, do the lap times he's been kind of doing, 52s, 51s, and not push it too much and just be easy with that accelerator. Doesn't want to throw it on and the car spins. As we can see from his telemetry data, he took it easy coming out of turn 1. Who's this? SGP with Twilight and Nelly on the back. Yeah. Nelly's fallen down. Is that
he pitted?
No,
he pitted again, yeah.
No!
Didn't he do that last time he pitted?
I don't know.
I think he did.
I think it was.
Yeah. Okay, Jason here on the back of Twilight. Oh, I thought that was going to be a...
Hello. See, if it was 3 times, we would have been singing once, twice. Free
Free
time, lady boy.
Okay, so
Steve
we-
F1 on the back of SRI. SRI's dropped away from.
a little bit of dirty air there for Steve. Yeah, you're right. He has. Steve F1 in the 51's been flying. Be interested to see what Steve F1 could do behind SRI on the straight. Considering what he did against Demon R on that first lap, because we've not seen Steve F1 behind the car since then, really. Actually, it's dropped off.
Yeah, it looks like the road gap. It's SRI and Steve F1 try to just stay out the dirty air now and try and save the tyres and go for an attack later on.
Maybe. Let's see what Jason is going to do on the back of SGP. So SGP, the last of the non-boost. Jason, the first of the ones with boost, but he's got Twilight up his chuff.
Yeah, but he's went side by side here earlier.
Twilight! I think that was definitely the dirty. That's one thing we noticed when Demon R was right up Steve F1's rear wing, going through Eau Rouge. He couldn't stay on the road, and I'm thinking that's exactly what just happened to Twilight there. If you're too close, you get no.
Yeah, he went to Timbuktu enough there.
Okay.
Well, I want to see the battle up ahead. As we see Conrad and Gary. There's that three-way battle.
Yeah, on the pack cam, that's SRI. Okay, so what we've got here, Formula Gary ahead of Conrad. Conrad will get a bit of dirty air here, but he's handled that lovely. Looking at his tyres, they should last to the end. Here is SGP, Jason and Twilight. You wanted to see the battle, and here it is.
Jason's still keeping that position from Twilight, getting the slipstream from SGP. I think it's SGP just dragging these along to catch Jimmy. It's a shame we don't get the delta in the top left-hand corner of how far cars are back. That's a shame. GT7 sort the fucking out.
Absolutely. Conrad's just had a little bit of a moment, but he's got a run on Formula Gary. These two have just caught up to these three. It's SGP making his way through Q1. One of the things that I do like with the dirty air is it doesn't make it easy to overtake. So for SGP here, in a position where he's got no boost, he's not necessarily going to be a sitting duck.
So he's back in the back of Artpal. And he's brought Steve F1's there as well. SRI having a wee correction there.
Well, last lap around we didn't see these going up the camera straight, so I'm guessing Steve F1 couldn't get near them. So let's see what happens on this occasion. Let's see on the pack.
I think he's right too close.
I don't know. I think he's about right. He may be too far away, but so SGP's got a bit of a gap to Jason because Jason, I think, went deep in the final chicane. Are we going to see the leaders or the second, third, and fourth? Nope. That would suggest then that the pack cam cameraman does not listen to instructions because we're watching the same footage. And it all
was a little touch from Jason where it maybe made Conrad wiggle. But is he going to hold it? Has Conrad got a ward down for us?
Maybe, but then we saw Connor being driven past easily by Gary on the straight earlier. Maybe he just had a good run there because, I mean, even on max aeros, if you get a great run, you can still go faster. Jason just tags him. And I just want to mention as well, quickly, second, third and fourth, I'm guessing that nothing happened in that battle because if it had, we would have seen it. So that battle down the Kemmel, nothing to worry about. But a little concerning for Steve F1 if he hasn't got a straight line speed or SRI to make a move.
Yeah, the camera guy wasn't listening and just wants his self on camera.
Well, yeah.
15 minutes of fame, you know?
Yeah, there is that. Let's see, well, just to quickly recap there, Demon R is still leading the way. Artpal is still in second place. Second, third and fourth are currently going through the final chicane. Whoa!
Somebody's spinning massively.
Was it Nelly or Gary?
I don't know, I couldn't tell you.
No. Okay, busy battle here. Jason and Conrad still battling it out. Conrad.
What?
Didn't see what his tyres were like, but into the pits he goes. Quick to mention as well, Jimmy is in 5th place at the moment. Don't know what his tyres are like, but SGP has been closing that gap in on him. So even without boost, SGP is quick enough to catch up to Jimmy.
How many times has Jimmy pitted? I've only seen once.
I think it is. I think it is only once. It'd be interesting to see what his tyres are like. The pack cam just showed Art Powell momentarily. See Demon R on the main screen there. Obviously, he's got plenty of tyre life left in the 51s. Here's Art Powell in the 51s.
Oh, I think he's went a bit deep there.
Well, Steve F1's a bit wide. Well, Art Powell's been doing 50s, so he's been able to keep that gap to SRI. Steve F1 got into the 50s as well, but I wonder
SRI's back on the back of him.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Oh, he may even be making a move. I think Art Powell must have had a bit of a moment there.
SRI's wide.
Yeah, SRI's had a moment, and looks like he's decided to not fight that one with Steve F1. Let's see if Steve F1 could do anything about Art Powell now. I mean, I do believe Steve F1 has got a lower rear wing than Demon R. We know that, but I don't know what his speed will be like against Art Powell. Through Blanchimont they go. Is Art Powell going to go defensive? No. I tell you what, a driver that doesn't go defensive into the final corner is someone that's either got great confidence in their car or great confidence in the people they're racing around, that they're not going to go for the double.
Or is Steve F1 setting him up for him to think that he's not going to go and do a move there? So Art Powell won't defend it, and then just the next lap or something, he does it and it scares the shit out of Art Powell.
Possibly, because we are on lap 21, which means there's only this and one more lap to go. As we see a three-way battle. So SGP has caught up to the back of Jimmy. We still haven't...
F1 didn't get close to Art Powell down the Camel Straight, so Art Powell got a low wing as well.
SGP's got a great run here on Jimmy. Goes to the inside to make the move. I don't think Jimmy's got the tyres to do anything about it. He hasn't. Through goes SGP. Can Jason capitalise as well?
He's lining him up. He's going for the title, and he's got him.
Yeah, Jimmy went a little bit wide. I'd still like to see Jimmy's tyres, because I do think he has only done the one stop. Otherwise, he wouldn't be in this position. But he's going to have to be careful though, because well, he's in the boost position now. But he's got cars that are going to be catching him up. So we can see how he gets on. Demon R's headed into the final chicane now, so we'll be starting the last lap soon on the pack cam. That's Steve F1, and he's dropped off from the back of Art Powell. SGP!
Did he not turn? Did they have a wheel malfunction?
It
just looked like he went straight.
I wasn't looking, I only saw him when he was in the gravel. So I couldn't answer that one. Something definitely went a little awry for him though. But that now puts Jimmy in real danger, because Jimmy's in 6th place, no boost, and here comes Nelly. Oh yeah, look at, okay, Jimmy's tyres are okay, but they're not going to have anywhere near the grip of the likes of Nelly, who's done a 2-stop. Oh, like that.
Thank you, Nelly.
Okay, so is Nelly going to go for the move? What you were saying about Steve F1 and Nelly goes for the move, you might be right, because Steve F1's... Oh, Nelly went deep! Steve F1's only opportunity may come at the final chicane on this last lap. Because he's not...
Pack cam, he's right. Is that him on the pack cam?
No, that's Twilight. Oh, yeah, that was Twilight, and here is Steve F1 on the main screen. That's not Steve F1, that is... Okay, it's busy on the pack cam. What can Steve F1... I don't think he's had the grip in the middle sector to gain on Art Powell here. In the last few laps, anyway. Twilight's just nudged Nelly, I think it was. Steve F1.
Also, we know Steve F1's got a lower... aero setting, but how low compared to Art Powell? But he's there.
Yeah, he's in a great position now to have a bit of a run. It's where he needs to be. Bit of dirty air through Stavolo 2. Okay, what can Art Pal do? Demon Art's going to be headed to the start-finish line now. There he is. Are we going to see Steve F1 and Art Pal? Yeah, there we are. Is Art Pal going to defend this time? Yes, he is. Middle of the road. Steve F1, can he go around the outside? No. Can he go for a switch back? Oh, Art Pal with a wiggle. But he may be able to hold on. Yes, he can. Whoa, that's all right. Slow. And I think, Art Pal got it. We didn't see it. I think the cameraman was a bit eager to get to SRI. Then don't know why.
And Jason in 5th place.
Yeah, Jason's done well to get to that 5th place, and it's still busy on the pack coming to the final corners. But that's Gary, Nelly, Twilight. Here he comes. I think Connor's just had a moment as well at the Stavalos. Oh dear, so across the line, there you go. Jimmy has ended up in 9th place. Here comes Conrad and Rich Blues. We've not really seen Rich Blues throughout the course of this race, unfortunately. But he is there, skipping about a little bit, but maybe he's just doing a little bit of a happy dance. And SGP down in 12th. That's what we do with these keys in the bowl. Okay, so SGP. A very...
He's into the room, hopped onto the bed. Or jumped onto the bed and then had a hop.
No comment. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, what do we say there? Really, a bit of an odd race in a way. Mainly, I think, because, I mean, one thing I've got to say about Steve F1 this championship is, apart from race 1, every other race is kind of had to recover from something. And races 2 and 3 was contact. He was hit by other cars and having to recover from that, doing it brilliantly. This time, though, pit crew not putting his tyres on. And I think that robbed us from a race for the win. But something to think of is looking at how much of a gap Art Pal made up on Demon R. How close would Art Pal have been to Steve F1? Because bear in mind, we know if you do a pit stop and don't change tyres or don't put fuel in, you will have a quicker pit stop than when you do change tyres. It might only be a couple of seconds quicker, but that may be enough. So it's possible Art Pal may have been able to jump Steve F1. And yeah, we could have had a 3-way battle for the lead, but unfortunately not to be. Demon R, though, taking the victory, so finished 2nd place in the first 2 races, and won the second 2 races. Obviously that doesn't make any sense because it's not the second 2 races, it's races 1, 2, 3 and 4, but there we go. But yeah, I guess we just have a look through the race result and we can talk about what we thought as we go. Ray, if you want to take us through the confirmed race result.
Yeah, 1st place Demon R, 20 points. He had a battle with Steve F1 at the front and then he kind of pulled away. Art Pal, 2nd place, 17 points. He was on the back of Demon R and Steve F1 for a bit, and then was he on the back of Demon R?
He was, yeah. He was closing in after Demon R had pitted, and he had the spin, didn't he? Just before No Name.
And 3rd place Steve F1, 15 points. He was 2nd, 1st, 2nd, and then didn't change his tyre. Well, pit crew didn't change his tyres, but we knew. So what happened was he thinks he went to press up, but didn't press across, or
no,
he didn't.
It's the other way around.
He pressed across instead of up.
Yeah.
And across. So if you've got, like, we've been testing these cars for a while, so we've got all the tyres, the wet tyres as well. And something SGP has done, he's got 2 of these cars. One only has the softs, another one has all the tyres. So he presses, so he took the second car out so when he can just press up and select the right tyres, where Steve F1. Is that, you have to press up, don't you? Or
Yeah.
do you have to go?
No, you do have to press up. So what you say, if you got multiple tyres for the car, so I mean we're not going to see any wet weather condition, and the only slick tyre we're allowed to use is the softs. But if you own the inters and wets for this car, you would need to press up and then left maybe once or twice to get to the soft tyre. But if you don't have any inters or wets for the car, that's what SGP did. Bought a second one and only bought the softs. So all he has to do is press up and X. Steve F1 missed out the part of pressing up, so press left and X automatically, and yeah, unfortunately did not pit. Well, pitted, but didn't change tyres.
So I set him pit stop, and then he came back through the pack. Art Pal Steve F1 and then fourth place SRI with 13 points. Had that good kind of battle. They were close to each other. They were separated from each other, and then they were back up close to each other. It was like the Chuckle Brothers had a guy. Something in the middle and going, to me, to you, to me, to you.
Until eventually it was just to me.
Yeah. SRI, he looked like he went wide a bit and Steve F1 got them moved there, but I know SRI did just fight it to let Steve F1 have a pop and see if they would take each other out. I think that was on SRI's mind. Fifth place, Jason with 12 points. He had a up and down race, didn't he? He was
right in the middle, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was up there. He was, I think at one point he was in fourth place, was he not?
That might have been.
Yeah, and then he fell back down the order, maybe after the pit stop or something, and then but he's back up in fifth place. Sixth place, Nelly, 11 points. We've seen him with a couple of spins. He was up on fourth place because SRI was chasing him, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, Nelly, he pitted early. He was the first to pit, I think, end of lap 7. And I don't know, part of me's thinking he may have been better off continuing on that first stint and doing a one stop, because I think pitting early put him behind the pack, and yeah, unfortunately then it just got very, very busy for him. It may have been better just staying out. I mean, maybe that's why the front three didn't pit early-ish, was to avoid being in traffic.
The pack as much, yeah.
Yeah.
Seventh place, one more Gary F1, 10 points with a -3 point penalty. I don't know if the stewards report has been written up, but we can give a rough description if it's not. Just let me check.
I can tell you what it's for. Emotional damage!
But yeah. No, the stewards have written up the report. There might be some wording issues here or
Would you like me to read it?
Yeah, it's up to yourself. You can read it if you want.
Let's see. Okay, stewards report. Incident 1, lap 1, turn 1. Gary brakes too late, hits Nelly into SGP, into SRI. Gary does slow down to attempt to take no advantage. However, he was never in position to give any places back to the cars he hit. Also gains advantage when overtakes SRI when pushed by Jimmy. Okay, the steward's view. Gary braked too late for turn 1. Sorry, things just jumped up. Okay, Gary braked too late for turn 1, appearing to lift off around 50 metres before the corner and braking at around the 30 metre mark, and hit the back of Nelly, who was pushed into SGP, with SRI also forced wide. Both SGP and SRI lost positions as a result. Nelly went from 7th to 3rd. That wasn't in the report, I just wanted to mention it. Steward's verdict. Stage 2 penalty to Gary for causing an incident, which is -3 points. While it might have been possible to break 30 to 50 metres before the corner for a driver starting at the front, it was too late for a driver in Gary's position that had started several rows back, as he was carrying more speed and had cars in front of him. As he was not in a position to be able to hand places back to the affected drivers, a penalty has been applied. The overtake on SRI after the corner was not considered to be Gary's fault or an advantage for him. However, as he was bump drafted by the cars behind him. I would also add as well that the main reason SRI was a little slow in the first corner was because Rich Blues tagged the back of Jimmy into SRI, which sent him wide. So the contact between SGP and SRI then wasn't caused by Gary. But yeah, so that's that one. So just, I think, say to all the drivers, be very, very careful in the first corner. Well, in every corner, but definitely in the first corner.
Yeah, and we've seen him having quite a few battles throughout the race. 8th place Twilight, 9 points. We didn't really see much of Twilight. We've seen him in the pack at points. And
Hey, I tell you what, we saw a lot more of him this week than we did last week.
yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, you've just gone and done it, haven't you?
Yeah.
He's going to be sitting there going,
Emotional damage.
Yep.
I'm glad that's on a different Discord that you can't delete it.
I can always edit it out. But anyway, okay, so yeah,
No.
Twilight, I think he's done well there, to be fair.
Yeah, he did good. 9th place Jimmy, 8 points. We did. We seen Jimmy leading the pack without the boost, but I think his tyres maybe had it at the end. There was a couple of times he might have tagged the back. I think it was SGP.
Yeah. Would Jimmy have been better off two stopping? I mean, I know I've said Nelly, I think, should have gone longer, but he was in a very different position to Jimmy. Would Jimmy have been better off, I don't know, 5, 6 laps to go, pit again, and be able to attack towards the end? Or was it right for him in 5th place?
What's happened with Nelly? He pitted twice and he's back up in 6th place. I think, I don't know how many pit stops Jason did. We know Nelly was a 2-pitter. Don't know about Gary, Twilight. Jimmy, we think's 1. Conrad, he pitted towards the end, didn't he?
Yeah, he might have pitted 2 or 3 times, but yeah, I mean, I think in hindsight, Jimmy may. I suppose it's one of those where I don't know. There may have been. Go on.
If you're in the pack, try and time it so you've got nice tyres just at the end to help benefit within the pack to attack.
Well, SGP caught him with what was it? 3 laps to go, something like that. I think. Yeah. So I think probably 4 or 5 laps to go. May have been able to pit, but could understand trying to keep going. Once SGP had caught him, there was no. Well, pitting there wouldn't have really benefited him much because I don't know if he'd have had the time to catch back up with like 2 laps to go. But yeah, so
10th place Conrad with 7 points. We've seen him have a couple of spins. He had a big great crash down at Poulon, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
He had poo on his car.
I had poo on me. I mean, I've seen cars get twitchy there. I've not seen one go off that fast. Like that proper shocked me. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
You wouldn't want to be in VR in that car at that time.
No.
Close your eyes.
Yeah, close your eyes, let go of the wheel.
Have you been in a situation yet where you've had to do that?
Yeah, there's been a few times where like the car's
Spinning.
in the middle of the road spinning, and you just like, unlike Art Pal where he uses the lowest downforce setting chat GP
You mean
key.
feedback setting? Yeah.
Yeah. Tells them to use. I use 100% from the Fanatec app, and then I use
All
10
right, Popeye.
yeah. So I feel everything. So yeah, there's been a few times where I'm crashing. This is going to hurt. I let go of the wheel, and I actually just
Close your eyes.
you know if you had a harness on, I
Mhm.
actually grabbed my t-shirt at that point.
Yeah. Oh dear. I don't
It
blame
hurt.
you. I don't blame you though. To be fair. But yeah. Oh dear. Oh well.
So, and then 11th place, Rich Blues. We didn't see him. He got 6 points. We didn't see him uh, much. We seen him at the start going off, and then we found out that he hit the back of Jimmy and Jimmy into SRI. But yeah, we didn't really see Rich Blues all race, to be honest.
No.
And then so maybe he can update us how his race went. 12th place SGP, 5 points. What a race he had, hasn't he? I think you might want to forget it.
Yeah. I mean.
Some of it not his fault.
No.
We seen that chicane after pull on where he just went. It looked as if he just went straight off the track. He didn't turn
Yeah.
for the
He had
corner.
he had a spin there earlier on as well, didn't he? I think he caught did he I think he caught the curb and the bollard in the early spin. The second one, yeah, I mean I wasn't looking at the point where he went off the track. I only saw him off the track. I won't mind going back and having a look at that one. But yeah, I mean, where did he start? Was it fourth? I think it was
He was up, yeah,
fourth.
fourth.
Yeah.
Then, Steve F1 up pal, and then it was
Yeah.
I think it was SGP. SGP
Yeah.
was ahead of Jason.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
so I mean at Spa, the one place you don't want to start is first. Where you don't mind starting is second, third, and fourth because you have got a great opportunity of making moves on that opening lap. Unfortunately, getting tagged in the first corner hinders that massively. But what I will say is when SGP was in that no boost position of sixth, he did a great job of being fast enough to stay ahead of everybody else. But it did mean that everybody else was going quickly behind him. They were going at his pace. So this is one of those things. If you're that car and you're a little bit slower than the cars behind, they're going to catch you, and unless they are much quicker than you, they may not be able to pass. So you can get kind of stuck doing a pace that is slower than you want. But if that car is quick, then you've got a chance of actually going a decent pace. And that's kind of what I think happened here. But SGP was managing it very nicely until you mentioned that late spin. Yeah, don't know what to say on that one. Other than that would have really hurt his championship situation. And similar with Steve F1. So I guess we go and just take a look at those standings. So Demon R then still leading the way now. 74 points, but he's got an 11-point lead over Steve F1. Yeah, a bigger gap than Steve F1 would have wanted here, especially. I mean, without that pit stop issue, he may have gained points on Demon R, not lost them. SRI holds on to third place. Let's see, he's 5 points behind Steve F1. Dropped a couple off him here. Artpound jumps up to fourth place on 49 points. SGP drops down to fifth place on 48 points. Go on.
You say Artpal was 7th last race.
In the standings? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he's had a great jump up the standings. And for SGP, you can understand why he might be frustrated at that one because he's now 26 points off the lead. Jason, 2 points behind him. In sixth place on 46 points. 2 points behind him is Nelly in seventh place on 44 points. So it's still, I must admit, I do like seeing that after like 4 races in the championship, there's still people very close on the points. Talking about that, Formula Gary is in 8th place, actually tied 8th place, although I've got the positions wrong there. Tied 8th place on 30 points with Twilight. Gary, though, would have been 8th place on his own if it wasn't for the minus 3-point penalty. So, yeah, Twilight 9th on 30 points. Rich Blues in 10th place on 21 points. 11th place is Jimmy in on 16 points, and that's it. Yeah.
You ended on Jimmy.
Yeah.
No, there's somebody else there.
Oh, you're right. Oh, yeah, you know what? I didn't see him. In 12th place, it's Connor.
You never seen him in the first fucking 2 races.
That was a little joke there. I just did. I'm only messing, Connor. It's brilliant to see you back on the track, and it doesn't matter if you have spins. If you haven't had practice, it's going to happen. Just pass the ball. No, he drives like he plays football. He does loads of turns and spins.
He got 10th place, so he was alright.
Yeah. I mean, when you don't get a chance to practice it, I mean, let's put it this way. If I had no practice, I'm not winning a race. It's as simple as that. You're not going to have the knowledge. But you can still come and enjoy it. At least that's what I say to the ladies. And they don't turn up, they give up. Okay, anything else you want to mention about that, Ray? The race, not my sex life.
Well, that's non-existent anyway.
Well,
No, but the race is more exciting.
It is. There's more action on the track than there is in my bedroom.
But no, that was a fantastic race. The Demon R and Steve F1 battle at the start, that was good to watch. And then like the bits of the pack all close to each other, having a good battle, and then the ending between Art Pal, SRI, and Steve F1. It was good, and it was good that they were, even though they were close at points, there was no like dive bombs or anything. They were calculated on when they tried to attack and they didn't want to attack.
And one of the things I'd say to that as well is, if those three were battling for position, but they were all in the pack with boost, I don't think they'd drive it any differently. And that's one thing that I would definitely say to people. If you're in a situation of having the boost, it doesn't mean that if you come rocking up behind a car, you can just go for a move. And I know how I would drive, and it's exactly the same as if I was in a position where I had no boost. Now, I'm not saying that how people drive with boost is how they should drive without boost. I'm saying that how people drive without boost is how you should drive with boost. Sensibly calculated. If two cars are battling side by side, don't make it three wide. All that stuff just makes sense. Talking about things making sense, you know, gravity is one of the most fundamental forces in the universe.
Yeah, because all planets kind of have a gravitational pull to a certain extent.
Yeah, but if you remove it, you get gravy.
If you remove it, you get gravy.
Yeah.
How would you get gravy?
Gravity. If you remove it, you get gravy.
Alright. That's fucking shit.
Right, shall we talk a little bit about the next race, Ray?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, this one.
Suzuka. Now, I can give a little bit of information about breaking points, and we did. I did put out the flying lap out last week as a guide, and I'll try and do it again this week. So if you've got information, Ray, that's great. If you haven't got breaking points, I can mention that, unless you've got them.
I can't remember.
No problem. I can mention them. Okay, couple of things. Is there anything we want to mention? Okay, main thing I want to mention beforehand is dirty air is obviously a factor, but in this car, the R130 followed by the braking point for the final chicane, is very different than any other car you've ever driven around here. That sequence of corners happens very quickly, and the braking point is very early. So be prepared for that one. Are you ready for a little fly around Suzuka?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I fly on the drone of Dave.
Right, okay. Come fly with me, come fly away.
You don't want to jet to holiday.
I was more thinking about Little Britain's version of the airport.
I've not seen that.
Oh, it's
Hold on,
brilliant.
right.
You've got to watch that. I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, it's brilliant. Okay, right, let's take a little fly in 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Right, straight off the start finish line, coming down into turn one. I think kind of a little bit of a break about just after 100-meter board, and just let it roll into turn one, and then on the brakes before turn two. That's kind of something I was doing. I don't know about you.
Yeah, it's a lift off and a bit of a dab. Third gear mainly through these corners. Don't get too greedy on the throttle, guys. You will spin or burn your tyres. And what do we do for this right-hander, Ray?
Little dab of the brakes, because I'm usually in fourth gear before this corner and down to third, and then here I kind of get up to fourth and I just hold it. I don't full on the throttle because you'll drift out wide, and then come back towards what was that? Was that sewage area or
It
something?
looked like sewage, did it?
And then coming up to the diagonals about 50-meter board or just before, hit the brakes, shift it down a gear or two, and the same for the second diagonal.
Yeah, got through there very quickly. Yeah, a bit slower through there than you may think, guys. It's better to be safe than sorry and end up in the barriers. Brake about the end of the curb on the right for the hairpin here. Oh, fast food, fast flying, fast food.
If you have no cars in front of you, yeah. If you have cars in front of you, you need to brake earlier.
Yeah, very much so. Heading around the R220 now, a long right hand, a lot more hilly here than you realise when you're driving. Braking points for these these corners. A nice lift off, dab a brake around about the tarmac on the right, and third gear. Don't get greedy, lifting off here, turning in about the end of the curb on the right side. Second gear on the way in, cautious on the way in, straighten up the steering for the exit of the corner. Stairs, never seen them before.
You do second gear, I do third gear.
Second gear.
And then full throttle all the way here. Now I'm going to say, guys, if you're in the pack, you're in front of somebody and you keep going off it lap after lap here at the 130R or whatever it's called, and you stay in front, it could be deemed as keeping an advantage.
Yep.
So if you're going off, you've got to correct it, make sure you stay on.
And this is the bit that happens quickly. 130 metres you need to be braking. If you brake later than that, you will not make the corner. And if you've got cars in front of you at 130 metres, you will not make the corner. So be very prepared for that. But also, be careful of coming around the final corner. I said final instead of last. Coming around the last corner. Too much steering angle, it might get sideways on you. But yeah.
Especially in that third gear, power band, wheel spinny, revy thingy, jiggy, whatever you want to call it, because it will spit you towards the pit.
Absolutely. Now, smooth and steady around this track will benefit you massively. If you're very aggressive on the throttle and the brakes and the steering through the knuckles, you're going to hurt the tyres, you're going to lose time. And it's the same for the Degners. If you're too aggressive, you're going to go deep. If you're too late on the brakes, you're going to go deep. The hairpin, if you're too late on the brakes there, you're going to go deep, and then you're going to be slow all the way up to spoon. And the R130, I don't think you can go side by side flat out. You can go through the corner flat out, and you should be able to go through the corner flat out if you've got one car in front of you. If you've got multiple cars in front of you, you may need a bit of a lift. But again, I just want to emphasise that once you've come around the R130, that braking point hits you very, very quickly. And if you start thinking of anything else and not realising it, and you're braking about 100 meters, you are not going to be making the corner, and if the car's in front of you, you're going to be sending them to the next racetrack.
Yeah, and like I say, dirty is that one 130R is going to be a bit of an issue. You might have to lift if you are behind somebody to make sure you stay on track, because if you keep going on track and you're keeping your positions while other people are lifting, and you're kind of keeping an advantage. Is it
You're
keeping
not
an advantage?
losing anything, are you?
Yeah, no, you're keeping your advantage, or kind of gaining in a way, because you're not losing it as well. So that's how it would be deemed if people
Gained an
do get a
advantage.
report.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, okay. I don't think there's much else can really mention on that. Something I am going to try and do, though, is we have got 2 races coming up on tracks we've never raced on before in DGT League. That's Canada and Abu Dhabi. I am going to try and get the lap guides for them done as soon as physically possible, so people can have a little bit more time to view that. And I would highly recommend anyone that has a bit of time, get on and do some laps, and if you can do it with us, great, on those tracks.
And also, guys, we've already sent out a message about what could we do to help you get practice. If you're going to go on for a wee half an hour or something, let us know. One of the admins can get on. They'll get on. They'll open up a lobby with the right settings for you,
Yeah,
and uh, they might get some practice in, or they might just watch you and give you pointers that will help you out throughout the race. We are here to help. We're not here to go, nah, no opening a lobby. No, I'm not fucking helping you.
yeah.
I'm in a title battle here, or I'm ahead of you and I want to stay ahead of you.
Yep.
We give pointers to a certain degree.
Yeah, yeah. I do a lap guide. I don't ban Steve F1 or SGP from watching them. So, right, okay. Maybe I should. Okay.
We could
I
just
think
fart.
no, it was my chair. It's
Bill
very
check.
no. If it was a fart, you'd know, because I'd be running to the bathroom. Okay, I think it's about time we bring this one to an end, and not because I need the bathroom. So yeah, Ray, thank you very much for joining us on commentary.
Yep, thank you for having me, and thank you to the admins, and especially the drivers. We are looking for new drivers, so if you play this game and you want to race in the league, hit us up on Facebook. Remember, guys, I'm gonna steal your thing. Like, subscribe, and what's the other one? Turn on the
Smash that
notification bell.
notifications bell, yeah. One guy, I do this so many times. One more thing. We have had a couple of drivers that were in the practice session with us, new drivers that were in the practice session with us last Thursday, and they haven't been invited straight away into the league racing, because that's not how we do it. One of the things that we would need to get them to do is to go through our rule book, so they understand how we want people to conduct themselves on the racetrack and off the racetrack. So yeah, so if they are watching this at the moment and wondering why they didn't get asked, that's why. But yeah, join us on the next practice session, because that's the thing. We would want people to be doing a couple of the practice sessions and getting to know, yes, the admins, but the other drivers. But that's the other thing, you see. We don't want to just... Okay, so they joined us on Thursday. The rest of the drivers don't know them, and to go from the Thursday and bring them into the race on the Monday, it's too soon, because what tends to happen is all the other drivers are like, who the hell's this? And it can cause a negative situation rather than a positive, where we haven't had a chance to go, right guys, this is so and so, this is so and so, they're going to be joining us, blah blah blah, they know what the deal is, the good lads or lasses, and yeah, and going from there. Right.
But there's also another thing there that with the practices only, kind of like the admins turn up, and then there's a couple other drivers that turn up. So if they get to know the couple of other drivers and they're okay with them, I think It's just going to be a matter of time where we go, right, okay, right, come Monday, and if people get in early enough and they get in early enough, they'll have like that hour, because
Yeah.
lobby open before about 7ish or before 7ish. They'll have that hour to have chatter and
Yeah.
whatnot, take
Yeah.
the piss.
Absolutely. Right. Okay. Time to go, Ray. Ta-da! If you're going to nick my line, I'm nicking yours. Yeah. So you know what to do. Smash. I've forgot the words. You've ruined me.
Subscribe, smash that notification bell, and like the video.
That's it. Like, subscribe, and smash that notifications bell. And we'll see you all again soon.
Ta-da!